We're going to look at dividing a segment proportionally. Flags A and B have coordinates of 5 and 23 respectively. Find the coordinates for flag C if it's 5/6 of the distance from A to B. So if we break this up into 6 parts, it's 5 of those parts along. That's where C is going to be, and we need to figure out where is that. So let's find that distance first. 23 minus 5 is 18. And then you can do this next part in 1 step or 2 steps. So you can, if you do it in 2 steps, you can divide it into 6 parts and you get 3. And we want 5 of those parts, so multiply it by 5 and you get 15. Or you could have done that all in 1 step. You could do 18 over 1 times 5/6. So that means that 15 is the distance from A to C. But if we're trying to find where that number is, we have to add it on to A. And A is at 5, so we can do 5 plus 15, and that gives us 20. And then it's a good idea to look at your picture just to double check. That does look like it should be at about 20. The next one's a little bit harder, but the same idea. Find the coordinates of P that divide the directed line segment from A to B in a ratio of 1 to 2. So we have 2 coordinates. We're going to do the same thing. Let's find the run and the rise. It's going from A to B, so we have to make sure this is x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So for the run horizontally, 2 minus negative 4 is 6, or you could have counted. We're going right 6. And the rise, we get negative 3, so it's going down 3. So that was kind of equivalent to this step right here. It's a ratio of 1 to 2, meaning if we break it into 3 parts, it's going one of these parts. So 1 to 2 should be about right here. So just like the last one, we can do it in 2 steps or 1. If you do it in 2 steps, you divide by 3 and then multiply it by 1, or do it in 1 step, multiply by a third. So if you're given a ratio, the denominator should always be when you add those 2 numbers, and then the numerator should be that first number. So we can multiply both of those, 6 over 1 and negative 3 over 1, by 1/3. So this part says we're going right 2 and down 1. That was like this part right here that told us the 15. But we need to see exactly where that's going to be. So just like we added it onto our first point, we need to do that here. That's a step that people usually forget, so don't forget that step. So if A was negative 4, 4, the x value, we're going to add the run to it, and the y value, which was the 4, we're going to add the rise. So that gives us negative 2, 3. And let's double check. That looks like it's at about where it should be.